See here. So as you guys know, I'm Kimberly Whittington. I work for Achieve Tahoe, and we're going to be doing a full body workout today. It consists of 2 circuits. One circuit is all standing. The second circuit is all sitting. So today you're going to need a mat, a water bottle, and some light weights. I'm going to go ahead and back up here so you guys can see me, and we'll get started with our warm-up. So let's start with some, I call them windmill stretch, but kind of how it works is you're going to plant your feet, and I'm going to swing my arms and look over my shoulders. So I'm getting a nice twist in my spine. And the farther you look behind yourself, the better of a twist you're going to get. This is probably my favorite stretch because we don't really move like this very often. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Hands up above the head, and we're going to go opposite hand to toe. Reach for the outside of your foot or the outside of your calf. And 3, 2, 1, and big arm circles backwards. Try to get those circles as big as you can. Here's some creaking and popping in my shoulders. 3, 2, and then 1, we're going to go forward. So same motion. For 3, 2, and 1, and then palms come up, and we're going to go out and across. I'm alternating my left on top and then my right on top. My palms are facing the ceiling. Really swing those arms, open up the chest, open up the back. 3, 2, 1. Now palms down, same movement. So if you notice, when your palms are down, you actually feel a little bit more of a stretch through the back when you cross your hands in front. So through your shoulder blades, just that little movement with the hands can really change the stretch. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go back to the beginning. So arms are out to the side. I'm going to twist, look behind me. Try to keep your feet planted if you can. So I'm not moving my feet. And if I keep my feet planted, I get more of a twist in the spine. 3, 2, and 1. Arms come up high. We're going to reach opposite hand to toe. Try to keep your legs straight if you can. You don't really need to lock out your knees, but the straighter you keep your legs, the more of a stretch you're going to feel through the back side of the body. Let's go 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. And big arm circles backwards. Here's 3, 2, and 1. All right, same movement. Now we're going forward. So big arm circles forwards. Forward. For 3, 2, and 1. Palms are up. And I'm going to come out and across. So really swing your arms. Good. Today we have several leg exercises. We are gearing up for ski season. So we're going to go palms down now. So palms face the floor, out and across. For 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to start with 5 exercises. We're going to do rows, sumo squats, jumping jacks or running in place, lunges, and then squat holds. So for the first exercise, you are going to need weights. If you have a weight, you can also use your water bottle, whatever works for you. I will say that if you have a wall nearby or a chair, it's nice to be able to brace yourself on it. So we're going to do our left or right side first. Doesn't matter which side you start on because we're going to do the other side right after that. So for our row, I'm going to use the wall to brace myself, but I want to keep my knees kind of soft. And I'm just going to hold onto the wall and bend over, keeping a really flat back. So I don't want to be here. I want to keep my back as flat as I can. And then from here, I'm going to row up, bringing the weight to my side. And then I'm going to slowly come back down. So it goes like this. Row up, slowly come back down. Whenever I do this one, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my elbow tucked into my side. So I'm not letting my elbow go out here. I'm keeping it nice and close to the side of my body. So we're going to start here. We're going to do, let's do 15 on each side. I think everybody can probably handle that. Again, remember to keep your back flat. Roll your shoulder blades back and down so you're not rounding through the shoulders or through the spine. So from here, we're going to row up to our side, slowly back down, 1. So try not to let the weight just fall forward or fall down. You want to use that negative to slowly lower the weight. And if this gets too hard, you can always drop your weight, or maybe if you have lighter weight, that would be good. So that's 5, 6, get that elbow as high as you can, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we're going to switch sides. You don't need to use the wall if you don't have a wall or you don't have a chair. You can just do it this way. I just like it because it kind of gives me a little bit more leverage with the weight. So from here, we're going to row for 15. So that's 1. Bring that weight high, 2. I'm going to switch sides so you guys can see me. 3, 4, 5, 6. Elbow comes high, 8, 9. Gaze can be at the floor, so you're not rounding through your neck or spine. So keep it as straight as you can. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to keep this weight in my hand. And we're going to go into sumo squats. So if you have weight and you feel comfortable with it, we are going to use it for sumo squats. I'm going to bring my feet pretty far apart. And remember that you want your knees tracking over your toes. Okay, so you don't want my knees to cave in and I don't want them to go out too wide. I just want my knees to track right over my toes. So with a sumo squat, I'm going to drop through the hips, trying to get those quads as parallel as you can to the floor, and then coming back up. So with the weight, you're not lifting the weight with your arms. It's just the weight's hanging. You're lifting it with your legs. So we're going to go to 20. Again, knees track over toes. So drop the hips, come down into a squat. Back up for 1, 2, 3. Keep going. 4. So here, what I want to think about is keeping my back as flat as I can. If that means you can't squat down as far, that's fine. I also want to think about keeping my shoulders up and my chest open. So I'm not leaning forward here. If you start to lean forward, maybe don't go down so far. 9, 10, 11. It helps to keep your gaze up and forward. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Nice work. We can drop the weight. We're going to go into jumping jacks or running in place. You could also do a burpee if you wanted to. The idea is that we're getting our heart rate up, and we're going to start for 45 seconds. So don't start out super fast, or you're not going to be able to maintain that. So depending on what you want to do, you can run in place, jumping jacks, burpees. We are going to start in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to start with jumping jacks. I might run in place for our second set, but the idea is to keep moving. We want to get that heart rate up. We're going to be going into lunges after this. Keep it going. We got 15 seconds to go. So keep moving. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna go into lunges. We're gonna do a reverse lunge today. So I'll actually step back so you can see me a little bit better. I'm gonna start with my feet together, and I'm gonna step 1 foot back at a time, alternating my legs, right? So with my feet together here, my chest is up, and I'm gonna step back, and then knee comes toward the floor. You don't wanna put your toe over, or I mean your knee over your toe. So make sure that your weight is centered here, and then come back up, step your feet together, opposite foot comes back, down for a lunge, and together. I will say that squats are not everyone's thing, so if this feels uncomfortable in any way, choose a different exercise to do during this time. We already put a 20, so we'll have 10 on each side. We're going to step back, down, and together for 1, 2. Feel free to use a wall or a chair for stability if you need it. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, your gaze should be up and forward. That's 10. Nice and slow. 11. If I'm going too fast, just go at your own pace. Don't worry about keeping up with me. Maybe you're only getting 15 reps in my 20, or maybe you're getting 25. Let's go 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, we have squat hold. So as I mentioned, this first round is a little bit leg heavy, but I'm sure you guys are going to be fine. So for squat hold, what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 holds. So we're going to come down into a squat. We want to make sure our feet are at least hip width apart. And then when we come down into our squat, I want to make sure that you're not rounding through the back. So if you can't come all the way down, that's totally fine. The idea is to use your quads to hold yourself up in that squat for at least 15 seconds. So we're going to do 3 squat holds for 15 seconds. So I'm going to turn this way so you guys can see my squat. So feet are hip width apart. I'm going to come down. My hands are out in front of me here because it keeps my chest upright. So we're going to go 15 seconds. Make sure you continue to breathe. Keep that back flat, chest up, gaze stays forward. We're almost there. For 3, 2, 1. Shake your legs out. We're going to go down for another 15. Ready, set, go. So come down, hold that squat, squeeze those quads. You should feel a little burning in your quads for sure. We're almost there. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh. We're going to do it one more time. And come down. You can bounce a little if it makes it feel better. We have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. So we're going to do all of those one more time. We're going to start with our rows in the sumo squats. So catch a breath, get a drink of water if you need it. We're going to start rows in about 30 seconds. Whew. All right, so you just need one weight. Doesn't matter which side you start on. You can brace yourself on the wall if you need to. So feet are together, keeping a flat back. I'm going to use the wall for support. From here, I'm going to row 15, keeping the elbow tucked into the side for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Row high, get that elbow high. We only have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to switch sides now. Switch over to this side so you can see me a little better. So brace yourself if you need it. Feet together. Back is flat. Roll your shoulders back and down. From here, row up high. 1, 2. Gaze can be at the floor, keeping your neck and spine as straight as you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, elbow high, 14, and 15. All right, we're going to keep that weight in our hand, going right into sumo squats. So again, feet are pretty far apart. Toes are pointed out slightly. My knees are going to track over my toes. I'm just holding the weight, not lifting it with my arms. We're going to come down for 20. So that's 1, 2, keep that chest up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gaze is up and forward. 8. You're going to drop your butt right between your feet. Weight is evenly distributed. Weight should be mostly in your heels. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Nice work. All right, weight from the floor. We're going to go into running in place or jumping jacks, and then we're going to go into lunges. So we are going for 45 seconds. We're going to start here in about 5. Choose an exercise that works for you to get your heart rate up. So whatever feels the best. Ready, and go. So I'm going to run in place. And if I'm running in place, I want to think about actually trying to drive those knees high. So I'm lifting my feet pretty far up off the floor. Almost there. We've got 15 seconds. Keep it going. Try not to slow down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. Reverse lunges. So for reverse lunges, remember you want your feet together. We're reversing, so we're stepping back behind us. We're going to alternate each foot or each leg. I'm going to start on my right side. We're going to go to 20, 10 on each leg. So I'm going to step back with my foot, drop my knee toward the floor, and then power through that quad, step your feet together. Opposite. Power through the quad, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Center the weight between your 2 feet. 9. Feet together. 10. Remember, gaze should be up and forward. I do this all the time. I tend to look at my feet, which is not really good because then I end up folding forward and not keeping my torso and my upper body straight. So the more you look forward and keep your gaze up, the less likely you're going to be to fold over your legs. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, we got squat holds, and then we're done with our legs. So take a few minutes to do a couple butt kickers. So we're going to do 3 squat holds. This time we're going to do each of them for 20 seconds. So we're upping it just a little bit. But even still, it's only 60 seconds of a squat. So I think everybody here definitely has that. So just to review, whenever I squat, my feet are going to be at least hip width apart. Knees come over toes, weight stays in my heels. I'm going to come down, trying to get my quads parallel to the floor. And then we're going to hold it for 20 seconds. Go ahead and come down into the squat. Make sure your hands are out in front of you so you're not folding forward over your legs, but you're keeping that chest upright. Gaze should be forward and in front of you, not at your feet. Whew. We're almost there. For 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Shake out your legs. We've got about 10 seconds in between each hold. So we're going to come down for 20 seconds now. So hold that squat. Sometimes when my quads really start to burn, I like to bounce a little bit. I don't know if it's distracting me from it burning or if it's actually kind of helping. We're almost there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. One more, and then we're going to the mat. You guys got this. Ready, and down. Really try to keep that chest up. 5, 2, and 1. Oh man. All right, so let's take about a minute and a half here. Grab some water, stretch out those quads if you need it. We're gonna come down to the mat. So we have 5 exercises, 2 rounds on the mat. Continue. So, for all the exercises on the mat, you're not going to need your weight. This is really core heavy. This next circuit, we have bicycle crunches, leg scissors, a plank, Superbands, which I'll show you what that is, and then crunches to the middle. Give me 1 second. All right, see you later. Anita, thank you for attending. Okay, so we're gonna move right into our core workout. So make sure that you have plenty of room below your legs because we are gonna be kind of throwing our legs around a little bit on this next set. We're gonna start with bicycle crunches. So I'm gonna come back, down and back, on my back. And then from here, I'm gonna put my hands behind my head and I'm gonna lengthen one leg out below me. Try to bring your elbow to your knee and then we're gonna switch. So just like this. So ideally, let me back up a little bit. If this hurts your low back, just don't move your legs. Just rotate on your shoulder blades from elbow to knee. So from here, we're gonna go to 20, which is actually 40. Don't worry, I'll count. And we're gonna start here, opposite elbow to knee, 3, 4, 5. So kind of like you're climbing a bike, though you wouldn't be coming up this high probably. 8, 9, 10. Rotate on those shoulder blades. Really reach that elbow toward the knee. You're gonna feel it in your abdominals and your obliques. Keep it moving. And we're halfway there. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, all right. So leg scissors. A couple different ways you guys can do this one. So first is you can put your hands out to the side, or you can make a diamond with your fingers, and then you can put that underneath your tailbone or your butt. And that kind of helps you brace yourself. You can lift your legs a little easier. So from here, I'm going to lower one leg at a time. I'm not letting my heel rest on the floor. I'm keeping that leg covered. So I'm really engaging those lower abdominals. And then I'm gonna switch. So for 1, 2, 3, we're going to 20, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. So you don't have to go super fast on this one. The idea is that you're really controlling the movement and moving with purpose. We have 5 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lower those feet down to the mat. We are going to flip over for planks and Superman. I'm going to come down to my stomach. I think most of you guys have all done planks in either my class or Camille's. So from here, I'm going to plank on my elbows. If it's easier for you to plank up on your hands, you can certainly do that. I don't want you to arch your back up. I just did. So you're either going to tuck your toes and come up on your toes, or you can also come up on your knees. So from here, I can be on my knees or I can be on my toes, right? So we're going to go for 30 seconds in a plank. which always feels like a lot longer than it really is. And we're gonna start here in 3, 2, 1. So go ahead and come up either on your elbows or on your hands if that feels better for you. Either way works. Think about really squeezing those abdominal muscles, trying not to let your back dip or push your butt too high. Gaze should be between your hands. So whenever you're doing exercises, really think about trying to keep the spine as straight and flat as possible. So we have 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself all the way to the floor. We're going to up the time on that one for our second round. But right now we're going to go into Superbands. So from here, I'm going to bring my hands out in front of me. And all we're doing here is bringing our toes up off the floor and our arms and hands up off the floor, right? So my chest is going to lift slightly, and I'm going to come up into what I call the Superman. So we're going to come up just like this. We're going to hold it. We're going to hold it for 15 seconds. We're going to come back down, and then we're going to hold it again. So here I want you to think about lifting through the chest. The only thing that should be touching is really my stomach and my hip bones. So I'm even trying to get my quads as high as I can off the floor. Don't bend your knees. So we're not doing this. We're keeping our legs as straight as possible. We're going to come down in 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a little breather. Then we're going to come back up for 15 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. So hands and arms come up off the floor. Get those legs up. You can feel yourself rocking on your hips here. So the only thing that's touching is my stomach, belly button, hips. Try to lift your chest. For 3, 2, and 1. Whew. This is really great for correcting your posture. It really works those spinal erectors, and I feel like whenever we do back exercises and I feel those muscles, I tend to sit up a little bit straighter because you can feel the muscles in your body. We're going to go into one more crunch, which is a crunch to the middle, and then we're going to do all of them again. I feel like today is going a little faster than usual, which is just fine because we've done just as much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my feet to the outside of my mat. So you can either have them just right at the outside, or you can even bring them off your mat. Here we're really going to work our lower abdominal muscles. I'm going to come back, scoot my butt forward. I'm going to come back and bring my hands together. Then from here, I'm going to crunch up into the center as high as I can. We've done this one before. So from here, we're going to go to 20. So reach those hands between your legs. Get your shoulder blades up. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Really get those shoulder blades up off the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's take a breather. Grab a drink if you need it. We're going to do all those exercises one more time. You can always hug your knees into your chest too. That feels nice after putting a little bit of strain. So we are going to go into bicycle crunches and then leg scissors. So as I always say, if something hurts your back or it doesn't feel quite right, feel free to change the exercise to whatever works for you. If you wanted to add push-ups into a workout and we weren't doing it, you know, that's up to you to take the initiative and to add it to your workout, to make your workout fit you. We are going to go into bicep crunches. So I'm going to put my hands behind my head. I'm going to lengthen one leg out straight, bring the elbow to the opposite knee, and then switch. For 2, 3, keep those legs moving. Don't rest your heel on the floor. 5, 6, 7. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Keep going. We're going to 40. Because technically, it's 20 on each side. So keep those legs moving. Almost there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. So one leg is out straight. One leg is up over your hip. From here, I'm either going to have my hands out to the side to brace myself, or I'm going to put my hands under my hips, under my butt. And then I'm going to lift that leg up off the floor and then alternate for 1, 2, 3. Engage those lower abdominals. Lift that leg. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, go ahead and flip over on your stomach. We're going to do some planks and some Superbands. So, whoa, I'm good with my water. So from here, I'm either going to come up onto my toes or I'm going to come up onto my knees. Either way, I want a nice solid plank with my torso and my body. We're going to go, let's see, we did 30 seconds last time. Let's try to go 45. So we're going to up at 15 seconds, and we're going to lift our bodies in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So go ahead and come up into your plank. What I want to think about here is squeezing my core, nice solid plank. I want my shoulders over my elbows or over my wrist, so everything's squared up. Gaze should be at the floor. I'm keeping that spine nice and straight. Don't forget to breathe. We're very close. We have 15 seconds to go. So try not to put your body to the floor quite yet. Breathe in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. So hands come out in front of you. We are going to come up for some Superbands. So hands are out to make sure you have plenty of room. And then from here, we're going to come up for 15 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Lift those legs off the floor. Lift the hands and arms and chest as much as you can. Hold it here. For 3, 2, and 1. Come down to the floor. We're going to do that one more time for 15 seconds. So get ready and come up. Get that chest up off the floor if you can. Lift your legs. Squeeze. You should feel this through your back and your spinal erectors. Again, that's kind of what holds us up straight. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool. All right. You can come back into child's pose if that feels good to you. We are going to flip over to our backs one more time for a crunch. So I'm bringing my feet out side of my mat. So feet come out, or just on the edge. I'm going to scoot my butt forward slightly, and then I'm going to come down my back. So hands come up above you together, and we're going to come to the center for 20. So lift the shoulder blades, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep moving. So even if you're not going as fast as I am, or you're going faster, that's fine. Keep moving. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, keep going, squeeze, 19, and 20. Oh, all right, we did it. So that isn't our workout. We are going to do some stretching, and I wanted to stretch out our quads because we did quite a bit of legs in that first set. So we are going to stand up. So for me, the best quad stretch is a standing one, and I usually use a wall to brace myself and stabilize. And then from here, I'm going to grab the top of my foot and then bring my foot behind me. So from here, if your knee is like this, you're not really going to feel that much of a stretch. So what I want to do is bring my quad parallel to the other quad and kind of pull on that foot slightly, and think about pushing your hips forward, and you're going to feel more of a stretch through that hip flexor and quad. So let's stay here for a few seconds. And then we're going to switch. So we'll switch in 3, 2, and 1. So again, same thing, stabilize yourself, grab the top of that foot, bring it back. We are going to try a stretch today that I haven't done with you guys yet. It works for some people and it doesn't for others. So again, do what works for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our feet more than hip width apart, and then I'm going to sit my butt right between my feet. So I'm going to come all the way down so my hips are really low, my knees are really wide. And from here, if you just lift your chest up, you can even brace yourself on your elbows, elbows to knees. And I realize that not everybody has this flexibility, but if you practice it, you'll definitely get better at it. And for this stretch, it really helps with like any low back pain that you feel, as well as stretching out our quads and things. So sometimes if it starts to get uncomfortable, I'll kind of shift my weight back and forth here. And then I'm going to come up. So when I come up, we're going to look behind us, lengthening through the abs. We did quite a bit of ab work today. Bring the hands down. We're going to come back up, look behind you, and hands come down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So I'm looking up at the ceiling behind me, slight back bend, and 1 more time. And then when I come back, I'm going to come back down into that deep squat. So again, if this hurts your knees or it's uncomfortable for you, you can choose a different stretch to do. I am going to wrap it up for today. So thank you, everyone, for coming. And I hope to see you next Monday at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for discussion, see what everybody has to say.